So what is a Techrider? And why is it so important to have? In this episode, I will explain how you can make a good Techrider and much more. Hi, and welcome to A&R Music Management. On this channel, I make videos on how you can get into the music business and how you can develop yourself as a band or an artist. Today we're going to talk about Techriders. The worst thing that can happen to you on stage is technical difficulties. There's nothing worse than a guitar amp that doesn't work, or the sound engineer misunderstood something so the solo was out of order, or you couldn't even hear the bass guitar. There can be so many wrong things that can happen. So we really want to avoid technical difficulties. And that's why you have to make sure that you've done everything you can to avoid this issue when you're playing. For those of you who don't know what a Techrider is, a Techrider is a document that details all the things you need to have to make the show amazing. It details the equipment and the instruments that you're bringing yourself. It details what you need from the venue to make the show great, and every technical matter that might have some influence on your performance, the stage, or the combined. On your Techrider, you can show where every band member will be on stage, as well as where the instruments and the amplifiers and whatever you need on stage would stand. That includes microphones, cable, pedals, and a lot more. This is called a stage plot. It's basically a map where you show where you position yourself and how you want the stage to look like when you're on it. You don't have to have this stage plots including in your Techrider, but it makes the setup a lot easier for you and your fellow band members, but also the sound engineer as well. So in real life, a Techrider is very useful when you are going to play at a venue. You send the Techrider beforehand so the sound engineer or the booker or whoever is in charge of the technical matters on the evening that you're playing will have a chance of setting up some presets so they're prepared for your arrival. Now, why is it so important? Well, it makes everything go a lot smoother. Think about it. Let's say you're playing in a 7-man band and you got saxophones, you maybe got some congas, you got a lot of instruments that might not be in an original or standard setup. If the venue doesn't have this knowledge, they have no way to prepare the stage for you guys. And let's say you're playing at a festival or another type of concert where there will be more bands playing. It's very hard to just rearrange every microphone or how the setup should be. So by making a good Techrider that's simple to understand, the sound engineer and you guys and the roadies and everyone will have it a lot easier. By having a good Techrider, you just make it a lot easier for everyone to understand how you want the stage and what you need to make it happen. So how do you make a good one? The most important part is to have listed down the things that you're bringing. That's your instruments, that's your amplifiers, that if you have your own microphones, stuff like that. Next is to write down which things you will need on stage from the venue. If you get to the venue and you just realize, oh, they don't have cables here, well, then you're screwed. Don't let that happen. If you have your own sound engineer with you and you have your own front of house consoles, it's also a very good idea to write these down, so if the venue have any problems with it or they may have something to add to it, that they can interfere or help you on the right track. If you have any preferences on how you want your gear to be mic'd up on stage, it's a really good idea to add a channel list to the Techrider that explains what kind of instruments usually works with different microphones, so you at least have a little influence on how they will be mic'd up, and by that having an influence on how the sound will be. There's no universal template on how you can make a perfect Techrider, but there are different programs and websites online that can help you to make a Techrider that fits you. It's very easy to use, and in this video I will show how to use one of them called Techrider. Okay guys, so here I am on my computer now, and this is techrider.com, a stage plot creator for free. And it's very easy to use. It's just drag and drop. So let's try to make a stage here. First of all, let's try to get some PAs. Yeah, there you got some monitors there. So now we already indicated that the stage is something like this. Might also be something like this, and let's just take some drums and put them in the middle, because that's always a good indicator on how stage usually looks like. And for this setup, I'll just put these, no, actually let's put them in front, that's more normal. Anyway, we got the drums, we got some PA. So what you want to do is, let's say you're a guitarist and you're on from the audience side, on the left side of the drums. So you put your guitar here, and you might have an amp here or something like that. Maybe it's more to the side. You also have a pedal board of some sort, and of course you have some cables. This is optional, but it's just a nice thing to have there. So as I put stuff in here, you can see it always also makes a list down here of the different things I put in there. You see if I hover my mouse over the PA set, it notices it. And that's because if I click any of them, like here, I can go and I can name them. I could call them PA1, one left, or I can even say what the brand it is. This might be Sennheiser or something like that. And even if I would like to add some effects or some different settings, I can put it in here and maybe write some comments as well. And that might be very useful if, let's say example, that you're a singer, their vocals, you have this awesome microphone there, and you want to say, okay, so the most of the songs, there's a lot of reverb on the vocals, so let's call it reverb. On song 1, 2, and 4, perhaps, something like that, if it's not your own sound engineer who's going to make the sound. Or you can just say, be aware of high-pitched notes, or something like that. Then when you print it out, you'll have that. I'll show you in a minute. But anyway, let's just get a bass in here, bomb the bass. Some kind of stack over here. Might even add some cables down here again. And here in the accessories you can even see there's lighting equipment. You can put in if you need power supplies, like here. Of course you need power supplies, but if it's just to make the stage more easy to handle around. So that's one way to do it. This is Techrider.com, and it's very easy to use. And you can write the comments and whatsoever. And after you're done creating your Techrider, you can go in here and you can say print, and you can print it to whatever printer you got, or you can download it and you can save it. Like this is maybe setup 1 random band. That's easy. And there's other website here called musictech.com, and it's pretty much the same thing, drag and drop, but when you put this in, you have the opportunity to see if you want a DI attached to the bass guitar, or some other effects and some other comments. It's just another platform to do it, and it also creates a list, a channel list here that I was talking about earlier. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I would just say go try it out. It's very easy to use, and it's a great tool if you want to make an easy Techrider with a stage plot. So yeah, that's it for now. Now, if you still have any doubts on how to make a Techrider, my best tip is to just Google it. There are so many Techriders out there from different bands, different big bands, small bands, a lot of different kind of bands that have made these Techriders, and by looking at them you might have a preference to how you will make your own Techrider, and maybe just use their Techrider as a template for your own. Now here's a final tip. If you're going to play at a venue and you're playing with some other bands, and you're at this venue, you want to share some of the gear that you're using. It's a very good idea to make a combined Techrider with the other bands, so the venue don't think that you will bring 3 different sets of drums or amps or whatever that you don't, because you're sharing some of the equipment on stage. That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, And if you have any questions that you would like to ask me, or maybe some ideas to what my next videos can be about, just write a comment and I will read it. And if you like this video, it would mean a lot to me if you hit the likes up button. And if you would like to see more videos, you can hit the subscribe button and there will be some videos for you very soon. Hi, and welcome. On this page, not page. That's not right. And it makes you play, let's say thank you.